Hi, third grade parents. Mrs. Peters here, and I thought I would create another kind of short, hopefully, video to kind of support you with writing, which again seems to be the area that a lot of families struggle with in this remote time. And so, without going into too much detail, so this doesn't get lengthy, I just wanted everybody to understand that from kindergarten through 12th grade, students are asked to write in three genres. So narrative, both personal and fictional, informational, which is to inform, and then opinion or persuasive writing. So last spring, as you know, our spring was abbreviated, and then we anticipated this school year being abbreviated. There were committees in Battleground who decided, kind of based on grade level, what the focus was going to be, what would be the best way to kind of use the time we had. And so third grade was asked to start with opinion writing and to really emphasize that primarily. We will also write informational text. This year we will not spend time in instruction with narrative. So just so you know, that's kind of our year-long plan. Also, we just launched opinion. Our first 4 weeks or so were really meant to support third graders to write and structure a paragraph with the topic sentence, supporting details, and a closing sentence. So that's kind of the building block of writing lengthier text, is being able to organize things into sections that make sense. And I always tell my students the reason we do that is it helps the reader kind of understand what we're writing. So we focused on that. And then last week, we actually kind of began a preparation to launch our opinion writing by giving kids an opportunity to read some text and discuss whether dogs should work or not. And then once we'd read an article and discussed it, kids had a chance to work in Jamboard and kind of organize reasons for and against. And then they were asked to pick side. And they were given a chance then to use the graphic organizer that we've been using for paragraphs with the topic sentence, where they make their claim, their three supporting details, and then a closing sentence. And then after that, they were given a chance to actually make a persuasive speech. And this is how the third grade unit in persuasive writing or opinion writing launches, is that we're considering or kind of framing our work around persuading people by giving speeches. And it's a really fun way to get kids kind of into this. And so I was super excited to see the speeches that were recorded on Flipgrid. I could tell quite easily which of the students had really spent some time on those pre-writing activities. And so then today they were asked together in a synchronous Zoom to take out their writing notebook and do what we call an on-demand prompt. So each of our units, when we're at school, starts with this, and it's some type of prompt that everybody writes to, and we see what they can do really just in that amount of time. So today was a fairly short amount of time. It's about 15 or 20 minutes, although kids could choose to write a little bit more or longer. And then they were asked to submit that. The nice thing is those kids had done a lot of pre-writing. So for a lot of them, and I let them use any resources that they created, a lot of them, it's like they were primed and ready to write. So they did well. So what I want to do in a few minutes is just show you kind of a progression of what you might expect of your writer in terms of opinion. And so these were all responses to an on-demand prompt, and they were written by different age children, but they can actually illustrate the range of writing that I see in third grade. I mean, there's always in any given grade level quite a span of writing. So the prompt was, which kind of pet is best, a dog or a cat? So the first piece of writing might be what we consider kind of early, middle first grade. I used to have a dog, and I think a dog is best. So they introduced the topic and stated an opinion. A dog because it's cute and it likes to play and it's snuggly and it likes to chew bones. So they supplied a reason. Actually, they snuck in a few, but in one sentence. And then a dog is best because of these reasons. So that's kind of their ending or their conclusion. So that might be, kind of typical first grade. A little bit of a stronger first grade or maybe early second piece would look like this, like what pet is best for you, cat or dog? I like dogs because they exercise a lot. Also, they play fetch with you. They are fun to play with. That's why I like dogs best. So you can see the sentence structure is a little more complex. They still make a claim and introduce their topic. They supply, in this case, where it bumps up a bit, is to supply more than one reason. I also like, and it wasn't noted in here, that they used a transition word, that also. I like dogs because they exercise a lot. Also, they play fetch with you. And that's kind of a step up too for writers. And then they too provided a concluding statement. So that could be, mid first, maybe beginning of second. And then here is what we might see, kind of a second grade-ish piece, maybe early third grade for a typical writer. So it has a title, The Best Pet. Are you looking for a new pet? I'd recommend a cat. For one thing, they aren't that expensive. You could find one on your porch and adopt it. Cats usually bathe themselves. Cats will sleep with you and can help you calm down when you're upset or mad. Cats also don't need training, and you can leave cats home for the day. Cats don't need much exercise. So if you are looking for a pet, maybe see some cats and you might find yourself a great pet. So again, you'll see more content. There's more writing going on. Clearly there's, spelling needs and some punctuation needs, but remember this is an on-demand piece. It didn't go through a writing process. So again, they introduced the topic, but notice that they use a hook. And starting a piece with a question is a really kind of straightforward and clever way to have a young writer hook the reader. They state their opinion. They also begin to use some linking words, like for one thing, and also, and they supply reasons that support their opinion, and then again provide a concluding statement. So that might be about where a lot of my writers are right now. But I want to show you where we would like to see them be. By the time we would typically finish a grade 3 unit of study on opinion writing. So here is the last kind of end of unit 3rd grade, which is better. Many people have a dog for a pet. Some people have cats, which is better. I say a dog. I just might be able to persuade you in the following. Dogs are great companions for lonely people. They can go for a rousing walk in the park or a good long nap. Playing games of catch or fetch every day makes good fun. Even a jog on the hottest day could even be enjoyable too. Dogs don't just provide fun though, they can also provide protection. Dogs are very intelligent. They can be trained to find people or save them. Some don't even need to be trained. For instance, if someone is trying to break in, your dog might bark and scare them off. Dogs are great for many reasons. Overall, dogs are awesome pets to have. Have I convinced you though? If you are, then great. If not, then that's okay. It's really up to you. So which one is it going to be? So clearly, I think the things that stand out here, so they introduced the topic clearly, they stated an opinion, but you'll notice that they have an organizational structure. So they've now divided their content into an introduction. They have 2 paragraphs and then their conclusion. And so that would be what we would expect. And notice in their organizational structure, their reasons are supported by facts and details. So for example, the second paragraph, dogs are great companions for lonely people. And then they go on to provide examples and reasons that support that. So that's clearly kind of a jump up. They have links, opinion, and reasons using words and phrases. So you'll start to see more of that. And then they provide a concluding section related to the opinion presented. So this would be kind of what we might be expecting. You can take a look at your child's writing and what they performed today in the on-demand and kind of get a chance of where they are. Please also make sure that they get a photograph of that and get that submitted to me. So anyway, that's a little bit of information for you on our current focus of opinion writing. I hope it's helpful.